Last week, we had Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, the biggest company in the world, endorsing a subnet on top of Bittensor's TAO token. This week, we see a Bittensor subnet literally partnering with Intel. In this video, we're going to go over why I do not believe the TAO trade is over. I've seen many calls for a local top, but when you look at what's going on, and I will show you raw data as to why this can continue its growth. As of this morning, TAO has flipped Zcash, it has flipped SUI, and more. So let's look at the clear path ahead and raw data as to why the growth metrics on TAO show in the numbers that this run is likely to continue. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, guys, be sure to drop down below. If you're new to the channel, if you're a TAO bull and you stumbled on the video, or you just enjoy crypto, we have you covered 5 days a week here on the channel. Like the video down below and subscribe for more weekly Monday through Friday on In the Game. And a big shout out to our sponsors here on In the Game. We are looking at the TAO chart here on Gravity. Gravity is one of the leading perp dexes in the space. They have a massive airdrop. You can also learn and actually earn, I should say, 15% APY on your stable coins if you just hold them on Gravity. So check out Gravity down below in the description, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. Another day and massive green candles on Bittensor TAO, up another 15% on the daily, 36% on the weekly, putting it up over 115% on the monthly time frame. If you have been watching this channel for quite some time, we are definitely happy. We were buying these. We were buying high, but we were also buying very low. And just seeing this run has been absolutely phenomenal. And look, across crypto Twitter and other, publications, a lot of people out there were saying, hey, I think it's the local top, short TAO. And I've seen the liquidation numbers on the TAO token, and people who have been shorting are getting absolutely hammered. And I said to block everyone who is calling for the local top on the hottest AI coin in crypto during the biggest wave of AI in human history. Like, what sense does it make when you have outsiders, Intel, NVIDIA, and we'll talk about Intel in just a second. We literally have, this is not the same as what we've seen with other tokens in the past. First and foremost, Bittensor TAO, it's just AI startups competing to be a part of the network and get the emission share from the network. So it's a straight up platform that the infrastructure is there, and startups build on top of Bittensor TAO to compete for the emissions. So they're just trying to be the best startups as possible to compete for their share of the network. Number two is when you look across the board at the AI wave, it makes no sense as to why this shouldn't keep going up. Number three is we don't have, it's not crypto influencers or scammers or grifters that are pumping this token. It is literal people from the outside. Jensen Huang, NVIDIA's CEO, the company Intel, and using all these computer chips that a lot of you probably have in your computers if you have a Windows device. Like, this is not like BitBoy or something like that coming through the door and getting his army to buy TAO. Like, this is legitimately an AI wave occurring on the Bittensor TAO network. So I think that's a big difference here. A lot of people were talking about local tops when it's not, this is not a crypto thing right now. This is other companies in the real AI space, computer chips, etc., coming through the door and working with Bittensor TAO affiliated projects. And if you haven't heard the news about Intel, we can go up here and see that Targon, we needed to run trusted workloads on untrusted host machines. So basically what Targon is, it's kind of like AWS, but for blockchain. And as you can see here, they are sharing their white paper written alongside Intel. Decentralized compute on untrusted hardware using Intel TDX and encrypted CVMs. And, us crypto people, we see this and they're like, oh, they're just mentioning Intel. They're just using Intel's technology. Well, then Intel comes in themselves from the top ropes and says, advancing confidential computing for a more secure AI future. Together with Manifold Labs, we're exploring how Intel and Intel Trust Authority help confidential workloads across decentralized infrastructure, including Targon Compute's cloud platform, protecting data at rest, in transit, and in use. And this is one of the biggest subnets on Bittensor TAO. You can see here, Targon is building the confidential computing, one of the most important infrastructure layers to secure AI workloads. And then we can also see here They're providing the decentralized compute on untrusted hardware. It's a legitimate partnership, and a lot of these things that we see in crypto we don't believe, but we see Intel coming through the door here, obviously very bullish on what Targon is doing if they are working together on this technology. And this just adds more validity to everything going on the Bittensor TAO network. And look, if you're allocated to this subnet, by the way, Monday's video, I mentioned Targon as one of my top 3 subnets. It is one that I am allocated into. And as we can see here, is absolutely rocketing as far as subnet price goes. And they're receiving 6.75% of the emission share on the network. So absolutely phenomenal to see. And it's just funny, with all of this occurring, we see people on the timeline. I wouldn't touch TAO with a 10-foot pole. Don't overcomplicate things. Buy Link and sit on your hands. And the first comment here has me dying. At least I was expecting XRP or something. And that does beg the question, where can it go from here? We see TAO, it's up over 100%, and it's going on a Zcash level run right now. This is something that we talked about yesterday that I think it's going to keep going higher for longer, because I did tweet this as well. Let me just roll over to my Twitter here. I did tweet yesterday that I think that this trade has more legs in it because of the fact that most people don't even know how the TAO network really works. Like, you don't buy subnets. You stake your TAO into subnets and receive alpha tokens for emissions. Most people are just posting about it to tailgate the narrative. So they don't really understand what is going on within this ecosystem, which makes me very bullish on the fact that it can continue to flip other coins. You can see here, if you're thinking of closing out your position, look at the literal poop in front of us, as Issa the Cooker says here. You can see TAO, Zcash, PayPal USD, HBAR, AVAX, LTC, USD1. Like, some of these are going to get flipped. Absolutely. And as of this morning, it flipped Zcash. Right now, it's right below Zcash once again. I think if we go look at the rankings here, yeah, it's like $0.04 billion off of the Zcash market cap. And legitimately speaking, I don't see a reason why Avalanche should be valuated higher than Bittensor TAO. I don't see a reason in the long term, especially, that Litecoin should be valuated higher, that DAI or Canton. I know a lot of people like Canton, but I think that it was an overhyped token from the start. I think it's going to be bigger than Stellar Lumens, if you're going to ask me. I think it should settle somewhere in this top 15 range. And that's only a 6 billion market cap. It's a 2x from here. My price projection long term is definitely $1,000 plus on this token. And look, it makes sense why this can happen. We see Grayscale, they have offered this for a long time, but they have a legitimate Bittensor trust offering it to their investors, right? Grayscale Bittensor Trust is open for private placement for eligible accredited investors. They've had this open for quite some time. We've covered this on the channel extensively, why I think that this is so institutionally available and also available to retail for people who are accredited investors. Tom Lee, obviously the biggest holder of Ethereum, coming through the door saying that he thinks that the decentralized infrastructure from TAO is really trying to create AI innovation incentives and makes a lot of sense. We see Money Lords tweet here saying TAO has subnets, but the difference between Solana or any other chain where you have millions of tokens, mostly rugs, TAO is just having a ton of miniature AI companies competing on the same chain with all the same incentives. They're not going out here and raising VC monies from their communities. They're not coming through and trying to scam the Bittensor TAO network. Like, you come in, you try to compete to be the best startup possible, and you get a share of those rewards. And also, the last growth metric I'm going to show here is when you look at the TAO subnets, right? We can go back to just subnets here. You could see the emission structure right now. Emissions are going to Templar and Targon primarily. And then you can see a lot of these other networks are getting a small share of the daily emissions from TAO. But right now, this is where I see the most upside, is people who are actually participating in the network. Subnet total market cap hit 1.75 billion for the first time ever. And now 3 subnets are at a market cap of $100 million. That's Templar, Shoots, and Targon, 3 that I am very bullish on. And Templar and Targon are actually where I'm staking a majority of my staked TAO. And then this one really kicks off where I think that this run is not over. We can see here, all subnets combined are currently valuated lower than the meme coin AI16Z at all-time highs. Just think about that. The biggest network of decentralized AI on the blockchain, with hundreds of startups coming through the door to compete for their share of the network, with NVIDIA's CEO, with Intel working with Subnet and Targon. How can you look at this tangibly and say that this can't continue to go up? Like, obviously, as someone who's a mega TAO bull, I think that the price is still undervalued. We're still 2x from all-time highs, and people are saying this is the top. It just doesn't make sense to me. And then you see the fact that all of the subnets literally combined are not even as big as the all-time high of a meme coin that is absolutely worthless, an AI16Z. And you could say many different ones, like the all-time highs of probably 30 different meme coins in the Solana wave in 2024. Like, this just is baffling to me that people are saying, oh, the run's over. This run is not over. The subnet ecosystem is still microscopically small. And I think that this run can absolutely continue to 400, 450. And I mentioned earlier in the week, I think my short-term price target is legitimately $500. You have AI taking over the world. This is the biggest AI coin in crypto. I just don't know how you can fade it, how you can sit on the sidelines, or, if you are sidelined, don't be the person that's trying to call the local top or short it every single day, because right now it is absolutely destroying people who are putting shorts in. So it's crazy to see the adoption in TAO, and it's awesome to see that long-term conviction come to fruition, guys. If you're bullish on TAO, if you think what they're doing is awesome, like the video down below, subscribe to the channel. And of course, I will see you guys on tomorrow's video. Short summary, I think we go higher for longer on the Bittensor TAO token and the ecosystem, which is just, like I said, microscopically small at this point in time. The growth potential there is massive. So guys, I'll see you on tomorrow's video. As always, trade responsibly, my friends, and stay bullish, my friends.